I welcome you all in first video from first unit of macroeconomics. The topics that we are going to cover in this video will be based on the concept of circular flow and basic aggregates. What do you mean by circular flow of income? Before going to discuss this concept, let us learn or let us know what are the different topics we are going to cover in this presentation. What do we mean by the meaning of circular flow, basic economic activity, interrelationship, types of circular flow of income in different sectors, in which we will cover 2-sector model, 3-sector model and 4-sector model. But for our syllabus only 2-sector model will be discussed in detail. Types of sectors, importance of circular flow of income, difference between stock and flow, and concept of leakage and injection. So let us start with the meaning of circular flow of income. What do you mean by circular flow of income? It refers to the cycle of generation of income in production process, then its distribution among the factors of productions, and finally its circulation from household to the production unit in the form of consumption expenditure made by them on goods and services produced by these units. It is a continuous process due to never-ending human wants. As we know that human wants are unlimited and they keep on demanding the things, and when there will be demand, there will be flow. And what type of flow it will be? It will be flow of production, income and expenditure. So it refers to the cycle of generation of income in the production process, then its distribution among the factors of productions, and finally its circulation from households to the production units. Now, what are the different economic activities that is taken in the economy? First is production. Production means any process that creates value to the already existing goods is called production. Consumption, it means the use of utility of goods and services for the direct satisfaction of individual and collective wants. Third, an important concept, investment or capital formation, that is part of expenditure phase. It is that part of production during a year which is not consumed but served as capital formation for further production. So these are the three phases, these are the three important phases in the circular flow of income, and these are the basic economic activities that is carried out in the economy. Now, how these are interrelated? Consumption creates demand, demand creates investment or capital formation, which leads to productions, and when through productions goods and services are made available, then it is consumed. So all these economic activities are interrelated. Now there are two types of flow that we have to understand during this process of circular flow. First is real circular flow or real flows. Real flow means which shows the flow of goods and services from one sector to another. When producing sectors, when we take into consideration two sectors, that is household and farm, that is producing sectors, what households provides to producing sectors? They provide household sector provide land, labor, capital and entrepreneur, and in return producing sectors provides us goods and services. This is what, when there is a flow of goods and services only, it is considered as real flow. Now, real flow refers to the flow of factor services from households to firm and the corresponding flow of goods and services from firms to household without involvement of money. It determines the magnitude of growth in an economy as price fluctuations does not affect the flow. Means when the factor of services, when household provide factor of services like land, labor, capital and entrepreneurship, then they receive factor payment also. But we are not talking about payment here. They are production sectors or firms are producing goods and services for us. So another type of flow is there, that is monetary circular flow or money flow. It shows the flow of money and income from one sector to another. As we have already seen, in case of real flow, household sector provide what? Land, labor, capital and entrepreneurship. What they get in return? Rent, wages, interest and profit. And when we consume the goods and services, we purchase it. For consumption, we purchase it from market and we purchase it from firm. So there is consumption expenditure on goods and services. So there are two types of flow. One is real flow, where the goods and services are only there, and in money flow, it shows the flow of money and income from one sector to another. Now let us define money flow. It refers to the flow of factor payment from firm to household for their factor services and the corresponding flow of consumption expenditure from household to firm for purchase of goods and services produced by the firm. It involves exchange of money between two sectors. In real sector, there is no exchange of money, but in money flow, there is exchange of money between two sectors, right? So there are different type of models. We have just seen money flow or real. In a case of real flow and money flow, we have seen two sector model. That is what two sector model comprises: household sector or producing sector, that is household and firm. On the consumptions, that there are only two sectors in the economy. Three sectors models is also there, in which household sector, producing sector and government sector is there. Four sector model is also there. Then household, producing sector, government sector and foreign sector. But for our syllabus, for our learning, only two sectors are there in our syllabus. So we will be focusing on two sector model. Now, what do you mean by firm? Firm provide consumers with goods and services in exchange for consumer expenditure and factors of productions from households. As we know that human wants are unlimited and are of recurring nature, means keep on coming nature. Therefore, production process remains a continuous and demanding process. Household sectors spend this income that they have generated by providing factor services to the firm to fulfill its want in the form of consumption expenditure. Business sector supplies those goods and services produced and get income in return of it. Thus, expenditure on one sector becomes the income of other sectors. Importance of circular flow in economic activities. What is the importance of circular flow in economic activities? It highlights the state of interdependence in the economy. All sectors are interdependent, whether it is household sector, business sector or government sector or foreign sectors. Second, it shows the state of equilibrium in the economy when expenditure equals to income. It creates a balance, means 1 rupee expenditures becomes 1 rupee income for another. And In order to estimate the national income, we have to consider the productions, the value generations, that is through GDP. The GDP can be estimated by aggregating the market value of final goods and services produced in a year by adding it to the net factor income from abroad. This concept we will learn in coming sessions. One can estimate gross national product by adding all the factors of productions in the household sectors. One can calculate national income. And also triple identity of production, income and expenditure. The aggregate of the market value of final goods and services produced in a year by the producing sector is known as national product. So here we can summarize as productions equals to income equals to expenditure. Now there are two important concepts that we must understand. One is stock, another is flow. What is stock? Stock refers to the amount of unsold stock at a particular point of time. Unsold stock is not there as we are defining it. Unsold amount of goods we can say. So it refers to the amount of unsold goods at a particular point of time is considered as stock. And flow refers to the complete study of stock over a period of time. Means when we study the amount of unsold goods at a particular point of time, it is the stock, and when we study the stock over a period of time, this is flow. Stock is measured at a particular point of time, flow is measured over a period of time. Stock is a static concept, flow is a dynamic concept, changing concept. Stock is not time dimensional, flow is time dimensional. For example, stock of goods in godown on 31st July, this is stock, and flow is what? Study of stock over the complete year, this is flow. We can also give the example of a stock like water in a tank, it is a stock, and water in a river, it is flow. From this concept, CBSE has asked questions in the board examination of AISSCE 2020. Another very important concept, that is leakage and injection. Leakage is what? Leakage and injections are very important concept. Leakage means it refers to the withdrawal of money from circular flow. Injections refers to the introduction of money from circular flow. It refers to the introduction of money in the circular flow, not from. When household or firm saves part of their income, it leads to a leakage in the circular flow. Suppose someone has withdrawn money or someone has generated income and saved part of it, their income in their home, it becomes leakage. When the money which is not coming into the circulation, then that becomes leakage. We can take the example of all the black money, bribes, all are part of leakage. Injections, when something is being added into the circular flow. When household or firm borrows money from some external sources such as financial institutions, it adds to their income. Means when they have borrowed money from somewhere else, when they have introduced money into the circular flow, it becomes injections. Leakage refers to decrease in level of demand which leads to lower level of output in an economy. Leakage refers to decrease in the level of demand. because ultimately the people will find that there is less demand, but actually it is not, because they are purchasing it from their saved income, which has not been calculated in the circular flow. Injections refers to additions to the level of demand which leads to higher level of output in an economy. Injections refers to addition to the level of demand which leads to higher level of output in an economy. Leakage reduces the flow of income. Injection increases the flow of income. So more is the injections, more is the flow of income, more is the leakage, less is the flow of income. And equilibrium in an economy is achieved when injections equals to leakage. So this is the important concept that we need to know, leakage and injections. In my coming videos, in my another videos, I'll be introducing various concepts of economics, or especially related with national income, which will be used during the process of solving or learning the different concepts of national income. Thank you. Take care. Have a nice day.